Welcome to Lesson 1 Continued of Similar Triangles. In this video, we'll look at some word problems involving similar triangles. So example 1. Ken, who is 6 feet tall, measures the length of his shadow to be 10 feet. Now a building nearby casts a shadow 195 feet long. How tall is the building? Now the diagram is already set up for us. Just fill in the numbers. So here we have Ken, who is 6 feet tall, and his shadow on the ground here, which is 10 feet. Now the building shadow is 195 feet, and the height of the building we can call x. Now I just want to mention why these two triangles are similar. Well, the building is standing up straight, and the person as well, so we'll assume that these are 90 degrees. Now the sun's rays are going to strike the building and the person at the same angle. Now the other two angles are going to be equal as well, since the other two are equal and all the angles in a triangle add to 180. So now since corresponding angles are equal, the triangles are similar. So now we can set up a proportion. X over the corresponding side length, 6, is going to equal 195 over 10. So now I can cross multiply. X times 10 is 10x. I can multiply 6 by 195. And working that out, I get 1,170. Next, I need to divide both sides by 10. And doing that gives me that x is 117. So now to answer the question, how tall is the building? We can say that the building is 117 feet tall. Now, example 2. Nancy is trying to calculate the width of the river in the diagram below. She made some calculations on land to create similar triangles. And she determined that the river is 14.3 feet wide. Is she correct? And if not, write the correct answer. So let's set up a proportion and work it out. So here's the width of the river, which I'll call x. Now x over the corresponding side length, which is 12, is going to equal 24.5 over 7. So now cross multiplying, I get 7x is equal to 12 times 24.5. That works out to be 294. So now I just need to divide both sides by 7. And doing that gives me 42. So now we see that Nancy is not correct. The width is actually 42 feet, not 14.3 feet. Now she could have set up her proportion in many different incorrect ways. She could have said x over 12 is equal to 7 over 24.5, or she could have said x corresponds with 7 as opposed to 12. So you can set up different proportions to see how she got 14.3. Now for example 3, it says Jade stands in front of a flagpole such that the shadows line up. The distance from the flagpole to Jade is 25 feet and Jade's shadow is 9 feet. Now if Jade is 5 feet tall, set up a proportion to determine the height of the flagpole. So the distance between the flagpole and Jade is 25 feet and the length of Jade's shadow is 9 feet. Jade is 5 feet tall, and the height we can call x. Now for this diagram here, I would break it apart so that I have the smaller triangle and the bigger triangle separately. Now for the small triangle, this is 5, this is 9, this is x, and the bottom length is going to be 25 plus 9, which is 34. So now I can set up my proportion. X over 5 equals 34 over 9. Cross multiplying, I get that 9x is equal to 170. Then dividing by 9, I get that x is equal to 18.8 repeating. So now to answer the question, determine the height of the flagpole, I'll just say that the height of the flagpole is about 18.9 feet.